Hello, this is SJ Talks in Life coming back at you with another video. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please, and thank you. On my channel, I can't remember when I posted it. Um, I posted a TikTok from a young lady that was saying that a young black lady that was saying when she's on her job, her boss tried to tell her that she was being racist. They outright told her she was being racist because she wouldn't talk to her white coworkers. You know, she come to work and she do her job, and basically because she wouldn't socialize, which or shall I say, she wouldn't socialize with her coworkers, and because she wouldn't socialize with her coworkers, the boss tried to call her a racist. You know, how is that being racist? First of all, how is that being racist? Not speaking to somebody, they just be pulling stuff out they behind. You know, that's how is that racist? But they always trying to flip the script. But you know, in another, I'd seen another video of a young black lady was saying that um when black women are introverted, when black women are in the workplace and they're introverted, white people put up a big stink about it, and it's such a major problem. You know, because black women, we're perceived as having a bad attitude. We got 50 million different stereotypes that we get that people like to attach to black women. And one of them is that we have a bad attitude. Even when we're not speaking, it is presumed that we have an attitude, even when we're not speaking, because people automatically stereotype us. It's like when we don't even have to be saying nothing and we can walk into a room and people have all kinds of assumptions and things about us because of the simple fact that we're black women. And black women are starting to talk about when they're in the workplace, because when black women are in the workplace and black women are more vocal, then that's a problem, because we get accused of being hostile, loud, bad attitude, and those stereotypes are always attached to us black women. And when you don't say anything, you're still, so it's like I've said in other videos, many other videos, that black women, we're always in this perpetual no-win situation. I mean, we're always in this perpetual no-win situation. It doesn't seem to matter what we do. We're gonna get judged no matter what we do, and we get judged even by our own race of people. No matter what we do, we're going to get judged. And it seems to be a major issue, when, you know, because you don't have an obligation to socialize. Since when has it became an obligation? Or how is it in the job description that you are supposed to socialize with your coworkers? Why do white people have a problem when you don't go out your way to socialize with them on the job? It is not in the job description. You know, it's not in the job description to socialize with your coworkers. You just speak to them when it's related to the job. Whatever's related to the job, then yes, you can speak to them, but you don't have to socialize with them. You don't have to. I don't know if they want to get in your business, or I don't know what situation it is, but it's just ridiculous. And why would you assume that someone has an attitude, or why would you call someone a racist and assume someone has an attitude? Because they don't want to talk. They want to keep to themselves. They just want to do their job and they want to keep to themselves. And they don't want to socialize with you outside of um, what's going on at work, unless it's related to the job. So that's what I want to talk about. You know, why is it a problem when black women are silent? When black women speak up, it's a problem. When we speak up, it's a problem. Like I said in my other video, people try to silence black women when we stand up for ourselves and when we speak up for ourselves. it is a problem when we put our foot down and we stand up for ourselves. And I think that's what every human being should do. Every human being should stand up for themselves. Okay? Every human being has the right to stand up for themselves. Okay? But when black women do it, it's a problem. When black women stand up for themselves and speak up for themselves and advocate for themselves, it is a major problem. It is a major problem. Even amongst our own people, it's perceived as a problem. Because like I said in my other video, people shouldn't be trying to silence black women as far as us speaking up about, advocating for ourselves, what's going on with us, putting our foot down and letting you know this is not what we're going to tolerate. We're not going to put up with. We're not going to tolerate certain things, and us speaking out. And if you're doing something that is not right, we're speaking out against it. Whether it's discrimination, sexism, or abuse of any kind, we have the right to speak out against it. We have the right to advocate for ourselves, and we have the right to speak out on or off social media and in the workplace. But people want to silence us when it comes to us wanting to stand up for ourselves. They want to silence us, including a lot of our men. They want to silence us when we try to stand up and advocate for ourselves and try to let you know that, look, if this is what you're doing and that's what you're doing, it's not okay with us. That's a problem. But then when it comes to the workplace, the white people make it a problem when we're silent and we don't want to talk to them. Now, I've always been a people person. Like when I was in the workplace, I've always been kind of a people person. I'm kind of like a people person. I feel like I do have introverted qualities. I have introverted qualities, but at the same time, when I'm in the workplace, I am kind of like a people person. I'm the type of person that I try to get along with all my coworkers. I like to have a good working relationship. I mean, when I used to work, I'm not working now, but when I used to work, I tried to always have a working relationship with my coworkers, because it's important to be able to get along with your coworkers, because you don't want to come to work and there be tension, and you don't want to be arguing with your coworkers, or you want to. These are the people that you have to work with, so you want to be cool with your coworkers. You want to have that good working relationship, so that makes the work day go by a lot smoothly, and then there's minimal conflict. I mean, so that's the goal, is to have minimal conflict and the work day go by a lot smoothly, so you can get along with, because you get along with your coworkers. That's the goal. But some people prefer to just, I'll just speak to you related to the job, and that's it. And that's perfectly fine. But white people have a problem with, because of all the stereotypes, white people have a problem when black women do that, because we're still perceived as having a bad attitude. Because I know when I was in the workplace, I always had a reverse, well, I won't say always, but kind of like a reverse stereotype was put on me, because I'm not a confrontational, I'm a non-confrontational type person. I don't like confrontation. I don't like to argue, and I don't like confrontation, particularly in the workplace. I particularly don't like confrontation in the workplace. Like I said, when I was in the workplace, I tried to have a good working relationship with my coworkers, and I try to get along with everybody, but then there's always going to be one or two people that just don't like you for no reason, for some reason, jealousy or whatever. I don't know what the reason, racist or whatever. It's always going to be that person or one or two people that's not going to like you no matter what. And they going to, sometimes needle you or nitpick your work performance and all that kind of stuff, because I've had that happen to me. And I've always been the type of person, and there has been people in the workplace that has accused me of not standing up for myself. You know, I was accused of not standing up for myself because I was always the type that I picked and choose my battles. I pick and choose my battles. I'm not trying to come to work and be arguing with folk. I'm trying to come to work and do my job and go home. I'm not here to argue with folk. So some things that people would say and do, I let it go. I figured it wasn't worth me putting up a big stink about it and then causing conflict, and then, I'm looking at the management, and I don't want the management to be thinking, because you're trying to keep from being stereotyped. You don't want to be accused of being a troublemaker. You don't want to be accused of having that bad attitude and this and that and the other. And so you don't want your, as a black person, you don't want your employer to have that perception of you. So you kind of play it cool, particularly if you're just starting a job. So you kind of play it cool. At least I did. And if something really needed to be addressed, then I addressed it. It's something I felt that something really needed to be addressed. But like I said, I was accused of, in the workplace, of not standing up for myself, and because I'm not, for the most part, not a confrontational person. And I don't know if it was because I was expected to be a certain way because I'm a black woman. People expected me to be a certain way. People expected me to be more confrontational because I am a black woman. So that's what I took it as, kind of like a reverse stereotype. It's like you're expecting me to be a certain way because I'm a black woman. And at the end of the day, I'm just going to be me. I'm going to be June. I'm going to be myself. And the type of person that I am is I am a non-confrontational person. I'm going to do everything I can unless you push me to the limit. Now, if you push me to the limit, and you push me, if I get to the end of my rope with you, then I'm gonna address it. Whatever it is that we got going on, whatever. If you keep pushing me and pushing me and pushing me, I'm going to get to the end of my rope, and I'm gonna address you. I ain't got no choice at that point because you are needling me. Because that happened to me before on a job too, where a lady just kept needling me. I tried to, avoid conflict with her as much as I could until I couldn't take it no more. Then I had to address it. And then when I did, of course, it was a problem. So it's like, and that's a lot of times too with black women. People want to push you. They want to push and push and push and push. And then when you do confront them, then all of a sudden it becomes a problem. So that's like I said, this perpetual no-win situation with black women. And that happens amongst our own people. Our own people perceive us that way. It's like, how you going to push me to the end of the line until I'm to the end of my rope? I'm trying to do everything I can to avoid confrontation with you. And then you pushing me to the end of my rope to the point to where I got to address it now. I got to get you together because you won't leave me alone. And then when I do try to get you together, it's a problem. So see, it's like I say, it's this perpetual no-win situation that black women are constantly in. It's like if we do address certain, or we are vocal or stand up for ourselves and stuff, it's a problem. Like every human being on this earth, it has the right to stand up for themselves. But then when a black woman do it, it's a problem. But then if we're at the opposite end of the spectrum, and we, keep to ourselves, try to avoid confrontation, and, and some of those other young ladies, not really going out of their way to really talk to their coworkers, kind of socialize with their coworkers, is seen as a problem. Then that's seen as a problem, And so in my case, it was seen, certain situations other people on the job expected me to address, and I didn't because I was picking and choosing my battles, then I was accused of not standing up for myself. See, but then if you quiet and you don't go out your way to chop it up with your coworkers, then the white people are looking at you like she's got a bad attitude because she's not speaking up. But then when you do speak up and everything, it's a problem. That's a problem. So hit me up in the comment section if you're a black woman on the job. If you're a black woman on the job, do you have those problems? Like if you stand up for yourself and you or whatever, and you advocate for yourself or whatever, that's it. Do your coworkers, particularly your white ones, see that as a major issue, a problem? You get stereotyped and all this kind of stuff, but then you're on the opposite end of the spectrum and you try to avoid confrontation, or you try to keep to yourself. You don't go out of your way to be overly friendly with your coworkers. Do they have an issue with that as well? Because, like I said, us black women are in this perpetual no-win situation. We're going to get stereotyped no matter what we do. So hit me up in that comment section if you're a black woman in a workplace. Have you had those issues? Have you had those issues of just not always being in a no-win situation? No matter what you do, it's always perceived as a problem. You're looked at as you have a bad attitude, you're loud, or whatever situation, all the stereotypes that they want to tack on to you. You can't just go to work in peace without having somebody want to sit there and stereotype you and all this kind of stuff, want to call you a racist because you don't want to socialize with your co-workers, you know. And then you got the management on top of that to make it so bad. You got the management having this perception of you. So, yeah, let me know in the comment section if you're a black woman and you have these issues. And don't be too vocal, and don't chop it up too much, because it might just call you ghetto. It might just say you're ghetto if you do that. Stereotypes, labels, constantly being thrown at black women all the time. I'm sick of it. I'm over it. But hit me up in the comment section if you're a black woman and how do you feel about that? Just let me know what your thoughts are. You've had to experience that. What your experiences. Let me know how you sisters feel about that. Be nice. Everybody else, be nice in the comment section. Go ahead, hit that like, subscribe, and share, and notification bell. And until the next video, be blessed.